Episode 20.
Happy 20th.
We're into the roaring 20s.
We're almost of legal drinking age.
We are.
That's wild.
We're almost ready for our brains to develop, just to use that developed brain to make bad choices in dating. We're almost there.
We can almost rent a car.
What else happens after
I don't know.
like your mid-20s? I think that's the last big one, is like being able to rent a car, and then it's all just hoping that you get carded. It's all downhill from there.
You get kicked off your parents' health insurance.
Oh, yeah. At 26, you got to get your own health insurance. So that's a little daunting.
See, I could never relate to that because my parents didn't have health insurance and we were broke. But people, yes. Okay. I understand.
I remember that one. And it's all thinking you know everything.
Truly.
Big age right there.
Welcome to Disrespectfully
With Katie Maloney.
and Dana Cathan.
Unapologetically.
We're here to do what we want to do.
Spilling the tea.
Babe, you're going to see the power of women, like disrespectfully.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm really tired right now.
I'm too.
Are you tired? Are you well?
Mhm.
I was so worried about beating you here because something about her soft opening. When people
You
are,
never beat me, by the way.
What are you talking? I'm here before you every day.
I'm sorry. Oh, wait. Oh, you were worried about beating me.
Like, I was worried about being on time because
You're always on time. That's what I meant. Like,
oh,
you always beat me. That's what I meant to say. Sorry. I'm serious with me. You always beat me.
I was about to be like, Leia, mom.
No. Sorry.
She's lying.
I meant to say you always beat me. That's not a question. You
Yes.
never have to worry about that.
I was like, where are you hiding when you get here earlier than all
Sorry.
of us?
Know what I mean, not what I say.
So to be fair, I am here on time to the minute every day recording, and then it's always just like a fun journey to see when Katie gets here. But
I'm consistently 15 minutes.
I'd say 15 minutes. Yeah. So it's like I come in, I get my coffee, I relax, I meditate a little bit. But I woke up late because I was so tired because I went down an insane clown posse deep dive last night.
As we all do at night, laying in bed. We're like, what's Insane Clown Posse doing?
I wanted to know more about their origin, and just like I got fed a girl who was putting on the Gigolo
makeup, yeah. Gigolo.
People.
No, Juggalo. Not Gigolos are different. Gigolos are male strippers.
Is that a hooker?
Are they strippers or hookers? I think gigolos are male.
I'm basing this off the Rob Schneider movie, Deuce Bigalow, Male Gigolo, and I feel like he was a hooker, but
Yeah.
or sex worker. I'm sorry, I don't know.
Yeah. Yes.
Whatever.
Juggalos are what the Insane Clown Posse stands are.
Well, and I think the ladies are juggalettes. Like they gender them, which you know how I don't like a CEO, but I like a juggalette.
I
That's
like
cool.
a juggalo. Okay, so what was she doing? She was putting on the makeup.
Yeah, to one of their songs, and I realized I hadn't heard a lot of their music before. Like it was one of their bigger songs because I had heard it, and she was just like, so I just went into the origins of ICP, The Gathering. Do you know what The Gathering is?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I had not. Do you want to go?
What is wait, what is their big song? I can like kind of hear it in my head. It's
Leia looked like she was just about to spit a fact about ICP. Do you want to put a fact?
Are you
in
like
here?
a low key?
Are you a juggalette? For anyone doesn't know what Insane Clown Posse is, I'm sure you've at least seen their makeup. And like they're like a hip hop band that the origins of it, basically from what I had looked up, were one of the founding members had a dream one night about basically this limbo space you go to, and they were all like clowns, and it was this scary carnival. And so the whole point of their band is to tell this lore of like horror elements and comedy of like if you get to go to heaven or hell.
Oh.
So I didn't know that.
Okay.
It's known as horrorcore.
Horrorcore, yeah.
What is their song though? Even like I'm looking at the names of their songs, and none of them are like
This one I feel like I knew right away. So The Gathering, what is your understanding of The Gathering? Because I had never heard of it.
Okay. Well, it's been a while since I've done any kind of
Are
deep
you a
dive.
juggalette?
No.
Okay.
No, but since I've like, but there was I don't know, I've been there though, where I've just like been down like some like weird hole of that. And so there was a time where I was just like, this is, I don't know, I don't want to like misinterpret it, or because I might be also confusing it with something else entirely.
Okay.
So what is,
Okay.
this is fresh on your mind. So you just give
Okay.
the clear description of it.
Okay, so The Gathering is basically where they once a year, I don't know if it moves cities or whatever, but they all come together.
Yeah.
And it's like their Renaissance fair, if you will. So they
Okay.
have like pro wrestling and beauty pageants and concerts, and obviously, so it's like Twisted Kids.
I thought it
or
was
whatever.
just like so it was a festival, but
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was like they put on the festival or they just like, I don't know if it was like insane or if it was just their like stand.
I think them and Twisted whatever. There's
Okay.
one other group that are like the main ones.
Okay.
And there's other in that genre, but they had the things that they listed were so crazy to me. I was on this TikTok for an hour, like going through, and then I was like, my entire algorithm's gonna
Your
be fucked
algorithm is RIP to your algorithm.
up. RIP, which goes with the horrorcore, so I guess that makes sense. But it honestly sounded really cool. However, these people, basically what they said is some of the nicest people you've ever met, but there's also like the stigma around it is it's like scary trailer trash, and the rule is there are no rules. So it's kind of like the purge, but then they do say like personal safety is important. So I'm like, I want to go somewhere where there's no rules as long as like the one rule is do not hurt other people. Everyone is going to be safe. And it kind of sounds like that. So I almost sent it to you last night, but I figured we'd talk about it today. Do you want to go? I kind of want to go.
Where is this going to take place and when?
Let's Google the next
Because like
gathering.
everyone talks about Burning Man and I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. But like this also sounds cooler.
Imagine next time someone says to you, if you're in a Burning Man, you're like,
Have you
no,
ever been to the gathering?
have you been to the gathering, bitch?
Yeah, I feel like I might vibe more with the Juggalos than I would with the Burning Man folk.
Also, the makeup I did this year for Halloween that was just funsies was actually Juggalette coded. Do you remember that? I did it and watched scary movies by myself, well, with Raleigh at my house. Let me show you.
Looks like it's June 7th through 9th.
Where?
Am I looking at the right thing? The Gathering.
The gathering.
I don't understand Roman numerals.
This.
11?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
So if you can see this, look how
I
cute.
thought that was like a filter or something.
No, this is makeup that I did on myself just for fun
Oh,
for
that's
Halloween.
great.
And this is basically what the bitches wear. So I was like, okay, I already have the makeup down. You said it's June what?
7th to the 9th.
SoCal.
Insane.
Not me at the gathering.
Not us at the gathering. Here's the thing. The 24th gathering of the Juggalos will take place August
Oh, what?
14th through the 17th, Ohio. Because here's the thing. I was confused because I assumed that there'd be a bunch of different cities, but it sounds like there's just one. So gathering 2024 dates. Okay, maybe there are more than just one. No, this one says it's in Legend Valley in Thornville, Ohio, August 14th to the 17th. My one deterrent was that, besides the fact that it's the Insane Clown Posse, is they mentioned camping. And I was like, see, I won't be doing that because like,
Oh, well, you know what? If it's where I think it might be, like Eleanor, you can't like come and go from there. You like have to like camp there because that's where like they used to have like lightning in a bottle and like anyway. But I'm very interested in the culture.
I'm interested in the culture. If you have any stories,
If you're a Juggalo, Juggalette,
please write in and
please write in and educate because we want to know.
well, especially for Heuxmetown Heroes, I bet they have stories. So like,
Ooh.
because like some of the people, they were like interviewing different people and they just were telling their random stories and they just seemed like, I don't know, like to your point, I think there are kind of people
I wanna
instead
know
of like,
I want to
Burning
know
Man.
their like origin story, their like gateway, like how did you get into it?
Well, even after
How
this,
long?
even this guy, yeah, like how exactly, like all of her hashtags were like goth, and then it was like the Insane Clown Posse. So that's where I just started clicking from. I should find her and DM her and just be like, what happened? People are so fanatical about it. Like
Mhm.
when I got in the For You page, it was fascinating.
Like, do people just dabble? Like, could we dabble or do we have to be like fully?
No, I think we have to fully do it. We might
Oh.
come here dressed as clowns next week. Leia, depending on what happens. We'll see. Leia's going to go on maternity leave and come back and we're going to walk in and be Juggalettes.
Please.
Anyway, so I wanted to discuss it with you live and get your temperature, but I kind of do want to look into it. And if it was a thing that would be like feasible geographically, I think that's something I would do once in my life.
Yeah, maybe not this year because that's like very soon,
Very soon.
and I've got a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
But I would like to put it on the list, the short list, maybe.
Okay. It's on the short list. I mean, I didn't think we'd start our 20th episode with the Insane Clown Posse, but you never know what you're going to
You
get here. It's like a
never
box of
know.
deranged chocolate.
Something else that I saw that you posted that I wanted to ask you about because it's something that we all do that we don't really talk about, but it is something that women do. And I think men might be perplexed about it, but I'm curious if we all share the same experience. In this one, we reposted and she was very much going on like it was a joke mostly, but okay, she was talking about everything showers. But I just started talking about everything or started thinking about everything showers just in general because it's not something that we talk about.
But we all know what it is.
We all know what it is.
Women all have theirs down pat, but apparently men don't know what an everything shower is.
Yeah, because men barely wash.
They've never even washed their ass crack.
They barely wash their ass.
They
Like,
didn't know they separate. They didn't know they could get in there. That's why they're like, everything shower.
I know. I remember like sometimes being like, do you even use like soap when you're in there? Like you're in there for not even enough time to like really get a lather going.
No, their soap looks like a Tic Tac that's like, help me. I need you to kill me. That's like an old bar that they then weld to the next bar of soap. They use 2 bars of soap a year.
It's like the rubber band ball equivalent of soap. and it's just. But also, like they have like their bottles. It's like the 12-in-1 toothpaste, shampoo,
Literally.
conditioner, body wash,
Nail polish remover,
They make
hair
it.
wax.
They have to make it so simple for men, and they still don't even touch that shit.
And they call it like dude bros.
Yeah,
Wash. Dude bros clean.
yeah.
The hyper masculinity of the labels of these.
They don't even want to make it sound like this is gonna make you clean, like gasoline wash, bro. Like this is gonna make you smell like turpentine. Like
They want it to be easily confused with a bottle of Clorox. If it's very close to a bottle of Clorox, they've done their job. That's what they think.
this is fresh lawn, like you just mowed, sweat and fresh cut grass. Like just put like wash your balls with this.
Just admit you want to kiss each other. Again, like you guys go so far into this masculinity trying to prove, just say you want to kiss and wash your asshole.
yeah.
How hard is that?
Well, at the end of the day, if you're gonna be smelling like that, you're only gonna be able to kiss each other because. So I understand the confusion of an everything shower when they take a hardly nothing shower. They rinse. Even our rinses are still like there's a lot going into it.
Flaps are open. Cheeks are separated.
We're still getting into every crevice and crack with, intensity and intention and effort and the whole, we're getting in there. Them rinsing is literally as such. It's like the people you see in the public bathrooms that just flick their fingers under the running faucet. That's them in the shower. They just like step in and like shake their face under the water and then get out.
Is this an offensive term, a whore's bath? It might be. I don't know, but I love to use it's basically supposed to be back in the day, like a whore's bath is they wash their privates and their underarms. But like I feel like men always take a whore's bath. Like they go in the shower and they just lift their arm and go like this with water and their face and then they're out.
I mean, listen, we've had to do equivalents of that where, you can't get to the shower. So you have to like use like wipes to like get your underarms and then between and then like perfume.
I think the point you're getting at though is like our worst shower is their best. So an everything shower would be like a fucking Rubik's Cube to them.
An everything shower would be them getting reborn essentially. Like
literally.
They would probably never feel cleaner in their lives. They haven't been that clean since their mom put them in the sink and hosed them down. Their first bath ever. They have a picture of the last time they
had an everything shower.
It was their first bath ever.
They had a placenta schmear.
Is their mom putting them in the sink being first bath ever?
That was it. It's all downhill from there.
I know. But yeah, no, I was just curious. Okay. How often do you take an everything shower?
It depends on how sexually active I am.
Whoa. Oh, really?
I would say. Like, I am trying to be better about them because, like, I am honestly not really sexually active at the moment and, like, not dating. So it's easy for your legs to be able to be braided when you aren't, like, seeing anyone. And it does feel so good just to have an everything shower.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely feel like I try to do it every other week. But if I'm
how
often do you do it?
Oh, like twice a week?
Oh, no.
Okay, this is what's interesting because I was curious like how often people take their everything shower.
Well, also maybe I'm in the wrong for that. But I was saying, but if I'm seeing someone, it's usually happening more often.
Correct.
But so like, yeah, I would say like once a week would be fair. But yeah, every other week because also for me, do you wash your hair every day?
No. Okay, let's
days?
just break down like what an everything shower even is because it might be different for other people. Okay, the basics are going to be where you wash your hair, condition your hair. You're going to at least shave your legs and whatever else you maybe need to shave. Maybe some exfoliation is involved, but it's going to be like a full body like shave and a full hair wash condition. Maybe you're even doing a little bit more to the face routine. Maybe you're getting some like exfoliation going on there. But some people take it a step further. So I'm wondering what else you would include in your...
So I think that there are like elements that happen after the everything shower that I include in the everything shower. It's like that's what is under my everything shower umbrella. But once you get out of it, everything shower, like if you slipped on some water, you'd go like in a luge because you should feel that soft. Like that is my goal of my everything shower. So mine includes shampoo, conditioner, because I only wash my hair every like 5 days. Exfoliation before my shave. So full body exfoliation. I shave. I usually shout out Osea. I added in recently my body polish, which has been delightful. So like that's a lighter exfoliation, but also has that like oily element. So you just feel so nice and clean. I usually do a hair mask when I do an everything shower. So I put the hair mask in while I'm like doing the exfoliating body elements.
That's when you got to time it because the hair mask needs to sit on the hair for at least like 3 to 5 minutes.
We need the 5 minutes. So then I do all my body stuff and like my shave. And then I start with the cleansing balm and then do which I do pretty much every night. So that doesn't really count. So then when I get out, now it depends, am I doing a self tanner or not? So then this is where I would do the self tanner, let that dry, rinse it, put on regular lotion, or I would just move to regular lotion, yada yada. When I get out and like tweeze eyebrows, do any of that. What does yours look like?
Well, because I have shorter hair now and I use a lot more product in my hair, I have to wash my hair a little more frequently. I do it like maybe like twice a week. Not too much but I will like rinse my hair like pretty thoroughly just to try to get at least some of what's left over in my hair just so I can start semi-fresh every day. But mine will be somewhat similar. Definitely trying to do some kind of like real intense exfoliation. It's so important to exfoliate. You have so much dead, gross skin that you're just like leaving behind in your bed and everywhere that like I try to like get a good buff all over my body more than once a week, twice a week, I would say. And then I'll use like a good like shaving balm or something to help just get a nice smooth. And then it like also like helps like the skin stay like moisturized and hydrated afterwards. And then I'll do like I'll exfoliate my face, get a nice cleanse on my face. And then I don't know, I don't think there's anything like weird or absurd afterwards. But again, that's like a whole like process because you want to get all the details, you know?
Yeah, but it takes forever to perfect what works for you though. And it is a timing thing. And again, men
But I mean, I'm
never
exfoliating like everything, like arms, back,
that's what takes
chest, stomach, ass. You want to get your ass has to stay smooth.
Oh,
like, you know what I mean? Like everything, feet, bottom of the feet,
Yep.
toes, like it is everything.
That's what takes, that's the
I'm not
big,
haphazardly just slopping that stuff over me. I'm getting in it.
no. And that's what takes that's the biggest time commitment.
Mm-hmm.
I think of the whole process for me is like exfoliating. So I think universally when women say everything showered, that's mostly what they're talking about is like a shave, exfoliate, and a hair wash is all included in that in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas men are like, water, towel,
Their everything shower,
toothbrush.
their everything shower would include just maybe rubbing a little bit of shampoo over the very top of their head. I don't know. I've watched men shower and I'm sitting there just aghast. Like I'm like, for one thing, there's rarely soap involved.
Oh, I'm like, are you done? Why are you done? And they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, well, I should be rethinking this situation. You're going to throw my pH off. That's us.
It'll turn you off for days. Anyway, but
Ugh.
I don't know. I mean, I wonder if anyone has like anything like really wild or interesting that you do in your everything shower.
And that's also, I feel like I miss saying in my everything shower because it's my everyday shower is washing every single surface.
Yeah,
of everything.
everyday shower.
Men
still.
just don't.
Oh yeah, and
do that.
I got 2 different loofahs. I got one that's like has a little bit more of a what is it made out of? I don't know what it's made out of, but it's not the like.
It's like the grittier material,
Yeah,
the like,
it's like natural
stronger.
like thing. That's like gets a nice exfoliation. But every day I'm lathering up all over the body. I'm doing some kind of like rinse on my head. I'm washing my face, washing the cracks, the crevices, getting down to the toes from head to toes. Every day gets washed. But I'm not doing the full body shave exfoliation every day.
I use a washcloth. I'm not a loofah gal, but then I use a mitt that has an exfoliating like
I have one of those too.
pad on it.
I have probably 5 different exfoliation apparatuses, like whether it's actual like, like the Osea body polish or it's some type of like tool, some kind of cloth, mitt, loofah, brush, some type of thing.
Well, and then also it's always so funny to me when men are like, because if you're with a woman and she touches your skin, she knows why it's so soft. And a man's like, wow, your skin is so soft. And you're like, yeah, that's not an accident. That didn't come from, I didn't pray about it. And then I woke up with the smoothest skin you've ever felt in your life. This was very intentional, sir. You should try it.
Also, I have like 3 different types of body washes. I have like 4 different types of shampoos and conditioners. It's like, I'm a product whore.
You're a product person. I'm not. I use Dr. Bronner's, that like really, really minty soap. That is what I use for my body wash. Like, and it's gender neutral, so anyone can use it at my home. And it's kind of an unpopular.
No one's using it but you.
And I love it. I think
You think some man's gonna come in there and use your body wash? They ain't using wash.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But maybe we'll teach him a thing or two. But I'm like, yeah, I like my one shampoo, my conditioner, my one everything. And I do switch between them because it helps your hair.
I sometimes want to be that girl that can just have.
You are a stuff person.
I know.
You have lots of things in every category in your apartment.
I know. Whatever. I am who I am.
You are your bathroom looks like Sephora, but that's why I like going there and doing a new. I'm like, woo! What's our skincare routine tonight?
But anyway, yeah. Shout out to Everything Showers. You're the best. Have you ever been like walking around and then you suddenly smell something that immediately brings back a memory?
Yeah, it's like sometimes I miss him. Just kidding.
I should
Yeah,
call.
it's so crazy how smell can transport you like that.
That's why I love Osea. Every time I use it, I'm immediately brought back to like some incredible memory at the beach or on vacation.
If Osea has no fans, I'm dead.
If Osea has a million, I'm one of them.
You
They have
love-
two, it's us.
It's us. Osea's Undaria algae body oil smells like the summer, bottled with all natural uplifting notes of mango, mandarin, grapefruit, lime, and cypress. Lately, I've also been using a little, it's the body oil technically, but I have been using a little bit on my face because I've been getting really dry skin from my other like retinols and tretinoins, and it's just been so refreshing.
Oh, does it make you glow?
It makes me glow, and it just like, I love doing it in the morning.
And while I love how Osea smells, this body oil is also clinically proven to instantly improve skin's elasticity and deeply moisturize, leaving my skin so silky and soft.
There's no everything shower I'm taking that doesn't include Osea's body oil.
Hell
I'll tell you
no.
that much. I personally love that cute little summer glow I get after being at the beach and feel like Osea gives me that same glow. It delivers that coveted post-vacation glow, just like you've returned from a tropical getaway.
Yeah, anything that makes me feel like I'm on vacation,
Sign me.
just give it to me.
Sign us up.
And right now, you can get 10% off your first order with our code disrespectfully at oseamalibu.com.
I love how my skin looks and feels after using the Osea algae body oil. Not only glowing, but I just feel sculpted and buttery soft.
Ooh, I want to rub up against something. Dana and I talk about this all the time, but it's super important for us to use clean skincare. Osea is clean, vegan, clinically proven, seaweed infused, cruelty-free, and climate neutral certified.
Check, 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 check. Get healthy, glowing skin for summer with clean, vegan skin and body care from Osea. Get 10% off your first order site-wide with code disrespectfully at oseamalibu.com.
Plus, you'll get
there's a
free
plus.
samples with every order and free shipping on orders over $60. Head to oseamalibu.com and use code disrespectfully for 10% off.
With summer right around the corner, Daily Harvest has been a game changer for me because it's less about quick fixes and more about building healthy habits. Honestly, if it wasn't for Daily Harvest, I would exclusively order food, and it's so expensive and not healthy.
I completely agree. Daily Harvest makes it easy to meet my goals and stick with them. They take the planning, prep, and cleanup out of cooking by delivering my favorite veggie and fruit-packed meals straight to my door because I ain't cooking. Girl.
Mm-mm. With Daily Harvest, I'm getting tons of plant-based options, which you know is super important to me, built on organic fruits and vegetables, and they're easy to prep, free of gluten, fillers, seed oil, added starches, and sugars. They also don't have your toxic X. Like, they just all the best things. It really takes the guesswork and effort out of eating food I know is good for me.
You know, usually keeping healthy habits means the same old boring meals, but not Daily Harvest. They've got so many great options for any time of the day, which means sticking to healthy habits is a breeze. Because I got, you know, a little bit of a sweet tooth sometimes, and that curbs it.
We love a sweet treat.
Mm-hmm.
I love having the dragon fruit and lime smoothie in the morning and then cuddling up my PJs at night with a warm little rosemary soup. Makes me feel like I'm in the Practical Magic house. Just
Oh, love
delicious.
that. And the asparagus risotto is my favorite because I love some savory. I'm a big old pasta gal. So that one just really hits the spot.
I love their pastas. Like, I couldn't believe how good they were. And by using recyclable or compostable packaging, when possible, Daily Harvest is doing their part to take care of the earth, which we care about, which helps me limit food waste and feels good.
Create healthy habits that last with Daily Harvest. For a limited time only, go to dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully to get $30 off your first box plus free shipping.
That's dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully for $30 off your first box and free shipping. dailyharvest.com/disrespectfully. Well, and also the TikTok we saw, which I'm a great TikTok reposter. It's just like when I was on Twitter, I'm a great retweeter.
I have something else I do.
Tell me.
I have like dissertations in the shower.
Fighting with people?
Yeah.
Mm.
I practice speeches. I practice everything I should have said in conversations, things I want to say, but probably will never say. I have like real impassioned conversations.
Do you talk to yourself aloud?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah.
I do. And people are like, oh, that's crazy. And I'm like, I don't know. I play the characters. Perhaps I should have been an actor because I do both sides. And like, I can't.
You need to hear it out loud.
I do that in the shower, but sometimes I'll also be like walking to my car in the parking garage. I mean, and then someone will walk by me and that's when I'm acutely aware of it and super embarrassed. But
oh no, only inside my own place or in the car, I will say things out loud. But I'm in my car. I'm like, they probably just think I'm talking on the phone. That's fine.
Yeah, that also. So that's whatever.
But yeah, no, that's probably the only other thing that I do in the shower is I'm practicing what I want to say. Probably won't. Or what I should have said. I'm a big fan of the things I should have said.
Oh my God. I love the things I should have said. Do you know what else? You just flagged my memory. By the way, I heard something, quick sidebar, that your brain cannot differentiate between a real conversation that happened and the ones that you're making up in your head. So my brain thinks it's warfare at all times. It's like chaotic.
Wait, what?
Your subconscious mind apparently cannot tell the difference between the things that you are manufacturing that have not happened, that you're envisioning had gone differently, and that conversations you actually had with someone. Real scary to me.
So I am delusional?
Yeah. You're tricking your brain into thinking you're having more cortisol in your life.
So I'm just like remembering things differently?
No.
Wait.
It's basically what actually happened. But then if you go and think of like, okay, what if I had said this and then they had said that or whatever, your brain cannot discern which one of those is made up. So it just like collects all that information. So it thinks you've had 50 conversations with this person about this topic and just thinks that you're always having a fight or an issue.
I don't like that.
I'm confused.
Don't you see what I'm saying? Like, so if you have one conversation with some person, the same conversation, but you have 50 different versions of it where you said something different and there was a different outcome, your brain collects all of that data and assumes it all happened. It doesn't.
I mean, I don't know. I pretty much remember exactly what happened.
Okay, if there are any neurophysicists out there listening
Well, how
to
much
this,
time needs to pass?
girl, I don't have a degree in that department.
I mean,
but what I'm saying
that's-
is, it was interesting to me, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, but I still pretty much remember what the actual reality
No,
was.
I do too, but it's saying your subconscious brain can't differentiate the two.
Well, my subconscious brain is a wild place in general.
Yeah.
It likes to play tricks on me while I'm asleep.
Sleep paralysis demon with its
No.
everything shower, it just comes out all
My
exfoliated.
dreams.
It's like,
Anyway.
wait, I need to tell you one more horrifying thing that happened to me the other day.
What?
I don't think I told you about this. So I have the other thing that is always in my shower is my toy cleaner. 100% of the time, it's where it lives.
Oh.
Because when I wash my different various things in terms of like vibrators, whatever, I do it in my sink. So I just reach for the toy cleaner there. And I forget that it's there until someone else is in my apartment and like clocks it. Cause it looks like there's like green tea leaves on. It's not like, it
I
doesn't
know I
look.
have the same one.
Yeah. So it's sitting there in my shower, and my niece was in town recently, and she was in the bath, and I took a cute photo of her. You couldn't see anything. It was just her face, but Laszlo, my cat, comes up and is like pawing at her. And so they're like playing with each other. So I take a photo and I send it to our family group chat, which consists of like 7 people, obviously all people that bathe her and whatever. So there's nothing weird about the photo. But I send it, and then I'm like looking, I zoomed in on it later, and I was like, in giant letters, it says toy cleaner in front of my shampoo, body wash, conditioner, and everything. The parents
It
that are in
could be
that group,
worse.
the parents that are in that group would never say anything about it if they did notice it. And I hope they're so innocent that they wouldn't. But I texted my sister's best friend, Lisa, who listens to the pod. So hi, Lisa, and Brittany. And I was like, oh my fucking God, I just sent this to the family group chat.
It's hygiene at the end of the day.
It's just not something I would want them to see or like think about when they think about my shower. But yeah. So if you have toy cleaner, be careful before you're taking wholesome photos in it.
I mean,
That's awful, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's awful.
I personally think it could be worse.
Oh, it could be worse.
Have you sent something worse to a family group chat?
My biggest fear is sending a nude to a family group chat or coworker. My alien arm fear. That's a big alien arm fear for me.
Yeah, no,
Huge
mine
alien
is
arm fear.
like accidentally posting something to Instagram.
Ooh.
Like putting it like just because you know how like when you swipe to the left and then it's like your stories pop up, just it only would take like a few accidental taps if like you recently screenshot or took in a photo or, and I'm not saying like it has to be like inappropriate or like a new, but just something that you would not want to share with the world. And the thing is, you cannot delete it fast enough before enough eyes see it and screenshot it.
Well, and now I think it's updated that you can delete it while it's loading. But you know how before
Really?
it was like you have to wait for it to fully upload? I once posted a very raunchy nude to my story. And what had happened was Instagram had just updated it, and it did a shift where, and they think they undid it after that because people, you know, your finger would just post.
Mm-hmm.
There was a scenario in which I was like kind of sexting with someone back and forth, and I was sending it to him, and somehow it was the button that said post your story when it was supposed to be going to him. Something happened, and I did it and I went, and I caught it as it was happening, but I had to wait for it to upload. And then I deleted it immediately and no eyes saw it. So luckily nothing happened. But there are people out there who accidentally have posted nudes to their story and then not known. And then like people have texted them being like, hey.
Well, you know that the prank people play on you and they're like the stupid chain mail thing when it's like, oh, why
did you mean to post that
to
to your
mean
story?
to post that to your story? Don't do that to me because that's a fear of mine. The same way with the voice note to text thing. This is the other one.
Would you rather
Okay.
send a nude to your family group chat or send a screenshot to someone that you're talking shit about and it's about them?
Send a screenshot to someone and it's about them because I've done that before, but I would rather, I don't think there's anything super awful that I would say behind something that I wouldn't say it to their face. I try to keep it in check. I mean, there's sometimes where I will let shit rip, but I think I can be that person that's like, listen, I did say that.
Well, no, I'm 100% that way too, but it's still like, it's just awful. Like
awful.
You don't want to.
I'm not saying I would enjoy it.
Yeah, it's like even if you would say to them and you're comfortable saying that, or even if you have and they know you've said it, it's still like I'm having a moment where I'm venting with my friend, which we all fucking do. But like,
yeah,
it's a horrible feeling. Have you ever sent a like nude to someone that you meant to send to someone else or on
no
or anything? Okay,
no,
let's keep it that way.
No, that's never pretty selective about that.
Knock on wood. Okay, so again, 20th episode, Insane Clown Posse, Everything Showers, nudes on Instagram.
When this episode airs, so Wednesday, today is the official day that Something About Her's open.
That's what I was gonna say. That's what I thought we were gonna open with, but we found our way here.
Listen, we were gonna get to it at some point.
Tell us about it. How are you feeling about it? What's the business?
I feel really good because it's been such a long time coming, and the anticipation and stress and frustrations that we've had along the way have just like really piled up inside of myself, and I know Ariane as well. And being asked 1,000,001 times, like, what's the update? When's it opening? And not being able to say or have a clear idea because we're just so much of it was out of our hands. So in the meantime, just not really having much to show for it, but still like actively working on things and working with amazing like team of people with, Mark, who's been behind the scenes, helping us get all of our permits and everything, squared away with the city and with contractors and everything like that. And then Jamie, who's been creating this like wonderful, beautiful menu, and Mackenzie, who's just like been a rock star, like manager for everything. And then, so just having all this stuff going on, but not being able to like share it with everybody. So finally now it's like, it just feels like real. And now people can come in and experience it and really just, that's the best part of it all. Just getting to this point.
It was very cute seeing it, especially with the music on. Like that just felt, obviously that was before the soft opening or whatever even. And there's just so much detail that's gone into it. And I'm so excited for you guys. And particularly for everyone out there who is being an annoying conspiracy theorist. Like it's a very satisfying feeling, I imagine. But I so far have tried is the Kate, the vegan tuna one?
That's the Carrie.
The Carrie. The Greek one is?
The Greek is the Meg.
The Meg.
Mm-hmm.
And well, for anyone that doesn't know, you guys named the sandwiches.
Yeah, we named the sandwiches after just iconic leading ladies. I mean, the whole like we love like Nancy Meyers and rom-coms, so we wanted, the whole theme of it to feel like you're in a very cozy, setting a la like Nancy Meyers movies. It felt on theme to name it after, not just people in Nancy Meyers movies, but just iconic leading ladies that we have looked up to. So yeah, we have
the Greek one is delicious.
Yeah, the Greek it's
vegetarian.
It's vegetarian and it comes in a nice like lavash wrap. And then we have the Cameron, which is our Italian, and we have the Diane, which is our tuna. The Nancy is our BLT. The Kate is our caprese, and the Viola is a turkey sandwich. The Reese is our chicken salad.
The Drew.
Oh, the Drew is so good. It's a whipped goat cheese. And
love.
It's so good. Yeah.
Is there meat on that one?
You can add prosciutto to that, but it's really great on its own. It's whipped with chives and a hint of lemon. It has shaved apples on it, and this like really wonderful like jalapeno mango marmalade. There's like a little hint of spice. Did you try that? Oh, you were full by the time.
No, I was full by the time. And
awesome.
That's why I was asking. Okay, well then that's what I'll be getting next time I go in. Also, important to note, there's wine there.
Oh yeah,
There's
so
we
are exclusively pouring Aveline wine, which is owned by Catherine Powers and Cameron Diaz. And it's delicious. It's wonderful. Love their brand because they're very transparent about their ingredients on their label. No added sugar. Delicious. And we have Loverboy. We have 2 of their hard teas and all of their wine spritzers. We have some hard cider. We have some beer. Obviously some non-alcoholic stuff as well. And then got some like cookies and like little cakes.
Which I ate.
Yeah.
One of each.
And yeah, so we have some very like vegetarian, vegan friendly options. Everything can be made into a salad. We also have some gluten-free bread, but something for everyone. And also we have like a peanut butter and grilled cheese, the little ones, or for people that just like that as well. But yeah.
So proud of you guys. So I mean, I feel like opening day is going to be in chaos, but it will be super exciting. I'm super excited to see how everything goes. And I know you guys are still getting your flow as with any new business. So I'm just excited for you to get through the first few weeks of craziness and then have everything on autopilot. You both have worked extremely hard on this and it's just,
yeah,
we'd love to see it.
And we can't wait to introduce some like new exciting like elements. Like we want to do like a tea service for sure. And then we're going to be doing wine-based cocktails. We're going to do like a spicy wine-based margarita, and we'll be kind of introducing new ones each month. And definitely like want to have sandwich specials to like be able to try out new ideas and just get some good feedback, and I don't know, keep it fresh, keep it exciting. Yeah, it's just been such a long time coming, and I've just been waiting to get to this point for so long.
We're here.
And we're here. And so if people can finally, I think once they get in there and they see the space and the music and the food, it's like everything will kind of make sense. Because I know a lot of people are like, the name doesn't make a lot of sense. It doesn't sound like a sandwich shop. And we're like, it's kind of the idea.
That was the point.
We wanted it to sound like a movie title.
Right.
That was the idea of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So excited. Those are very happy things.
Mhm.
I need to switch to some anger.
What's wrong?
Well, first of all, I already told you, can't wait to get to basement today. I want to do a quick recap of something, and then I want to ask you about something else because you have brought it up to me before, and I think it tied very well together.
Mm.
First of all, I want to do a quick dramatic reading of a comment on our man versus bear video because this person just completely proved our point and is clearly a man. This person says, I won't have to take care of the bear, give them meaningless compliments, or stroke their ego. I wouldn't need to think about the bear's reaction if I say or do something for myself. I wouldn't have to feel like I need to defend a bear for their crappy jokes or tolerate their friends when they're jerks. I wouldn't have to explain to a bear what my relationship is with the deer or that I wasn't flirting. I wouldn't have trust issues with the bear.
That's my favorite.
Their actions are more predictable. I wouldn't be gaslighted by the bear. The list goes on.
Why is he so threatened by the bear?
One more time for the cheap seats in the back. We're not talking about men cheating on us or gaslighting us or whatever. We're talking about getting murdered. This person is also...
First of all, we're comparing you to the bear. Why are you trying to compare us to the bear? We are not the bear.
We're not the bear.
Bro.
Who's the deer? The fact that you just like, you've missed the mark so much.
Now you're just throwing in other woodland creatures? Okay, like what about the squirrels?
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the fox. How dare you? I'm like, sir, what are you talking about? It made me chuckle.
I want to know how long he thought about that.
Well, the thing is, this person is kind of giving me incel energy and like,
oh yeah,
your crappy jokes to their friends that are jerks. It sounds like you suck. Sounds like you're a bummer to be around and people that reads.
My favorite one was the deer one. I don't want to have to explain my
relationship to the deer. Well, I'm calling Dateline and you might have to because something is weird.
Why do you have a relationship with the deer, sir?
You're not Cinderella. You are not Snow White. This isn't a good look for you.
I'm just confused why it turned into like, okay, so do you want to marry the bear? So like I'm just so confused with what he's talking about. Well, I would choose the bear as well because you wouldn't have to like, sir.
We don't think we could beat a bear. We don't think we could take one on. What we're saying is the bear will either kill us or it won't. It'll go about its day. A man, there's a million options. That is the point. I don't know why this is so confusing, but the way that certain
Do you know what the bear's not going to do? Bear-splain to us. Go on some weird fucking diatribe that makes no sense just to try to be right about something that he doesn't even understand. My guy, if you don't get it, just say you don't get it and move along. Go, I don't know, hit your head on something.
Not bear-splain. I'm going to be laughing about that later. That's literally like, I should respond back and be like, don't bear-splain to me.
Yeah. Do you know what the bear's not going to do? I don't know. Try to sit and make me listen to like him explain cinema to me.
It's too soon, Katie.
Sorry. Specifically instant.
Too soon. Good God. You know what the bear's not going to do?
What?
Keep texting me after I've blocked them and talk to themselves in their DMs and their text messages.
I wouldn't be mad.
Okay, so that was one piece of it. Here's the other thing.
Okay.
Because we were talking about the 4B movement.
Right.
Have you seen
4B movement, by the way, started in Korea because women are fed up with just only being purposeful in life, apparently, in their culture and society, to just be married and have kids and pump out, and it started with initially this like shifted against the whole beauty standard that was being so heavily propagated to them. And then now they're moving swift and hard against not wanting to get married, not wanting to have kids, that they're just like going so hard in the celibacy department. And it's now spread worldwide.
And because of that, thank you for explaining. Did you see the ads that the billboards that Bumble put up?
Who decided that?
Not a bear. Tell you that much. So if you didn't see, Bumble put up a bunch of billboards that said,
by the way, I could probably beat that guy up.
Oh yeah.
Put me in the woods with him.
Oh yeah. This guy, I can already picture his body stature. So these billboards are like, celibacy, a vow of celibacy isn't the option.
Isn't
Download
the answer.
Bumble isn't the answer.
Says who?
It says who? And I'm like,
once again, why are you making decisions about women, what women do with their bodies? Sorry.
So no, there was a bunch of them. Bumble has since, I actually think they had a pretty good response to it. They were like, they took them down. They're like, we realize now the error in our ways. We have those billboards for an amount of time. So in lieu to like rectify the situation, we're donating to all these charities, and then we're giving them the billboard space for an ad for whatever they choose. Okay. I actually think that's one of the best responses I've seen from a company in a really long time.
They didn't try to like double down or explain or justify or make excuses. They just were like, that was fucking lame, and here's how we're gonna correct.
Look, ladies, the more that and I know there's gentlemen listening too, but this is just specifically to the girls out there. The more we have control of our bodies and we resist the patriarchy, the angrier that they're getting, the more nervous they're getting, the more that they're trying to make you feel bad about it and make you feel like that's only what your value really is. And all of us have looked around, like the disproportion of sweat equity that women have to put into having children. Like we've talked about this before. A lot of us are over it. We're like, yeah, I'm not going to be taking the brunt of all of that on. And obviously there's wonderful things that come out of that, and joy and love and so much good. But also, we're just not really interested in the status quo anymore of what that looks like, of when you get married and have kids, and just like, no, we're people that have dreams and goals and want all the things that men want. All we're asking for is equality.
The world's on fire. The state of everything right now is scary, and it just feels like, no.
What's my catchphrase? It's about the world being on fire. The world is on fire.
Yeah.
We're on a rock floating through space.
Yeah.
The rock is on fire.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die soon.
Yeah.
Nothing is that deep. Say that all the time, but
nothing really matters.
Climate change is coming for all of our asses. Yeah,
so like nothing matters. I mean, you can place as much value on things as you really want, but at the end of the day, like,
live your life. Shoot for your dreams. And if something is not consistently making you not feel good, like, I'm honestly celibate at the moment and not dating because it just, until something comes in my life and knocks me on my ass and blows me away, then it's just like I have not one more room for a little bit of a dopamine hit of something that makes me feel good. And that someone who's unavailable makes me feel bad, and you know what I mean? I just like,
yeah, same.
I was thinking about that on the way here, the collective peace I feel where no one is disappointing me and I'm not unable to eat or sleep and feeling sad. Yeah, you don't get the dopamine highs, but you also have peace.
Correct. Yeah, I'm very into peace. I am in a new phase. I'm in my blocking era.
Welcome.
Take a seat. Are you proud of me?
I'm so proud of you.
I You know,
love
I was
blocking.
always that girl that's like, I don't want to block anyone because I'm not that, and I feel like weird about it. I feel like it's like kind of petty, but no, I feel like at this point I have to remind myself of the standards I have and that I'm able to put in place boundaries to protect my peace and remove access to people that don't respect those things. And if it's petty, then so fucking be it. But I have felt at peace in the last however long it's been, just not having to think about it.
Well, I think when people are resistant to it, I feel like sometimes it's because they're worried about how they'll be perceived if they're blocking someone. Whereas like, I don't care if someone thinks I'm petty or whatever. It's typically not a petty thing for me. It's a protective mechanism because if something is just allowing free access, it's going to make it harder for me to put it out of my mind. It's more so just something where I'm like, this isn't working for me. I'm going to move on. So I'm going to put these measures in place. And some people can handle it, but I do think that you get over things twice as fast when you are not subjecting yourself to it on social media or continuing to have like little breadcrumby conversations. It's just kind of like,
yeah. Well, when you shift the focus and you realize like it's removing access is also removing the exposure to what any of their opinions or thoughts or feelings towards you are whatsoever, or I mean anyone else, but that's kind of the point of it too.
totally. I think I've known peace for the first time in my life because I've also done way outside of dating, just like done the work on myself and I'm truly happy. But I have decentered men in such a big way. I've never known such peace in my life. And it's fantastic. Highly recommend.
By the way, we love men. I feel like we have to remind people it's not that
Truly.
we're not misandrous over here. Like we think they're great, but like, you know, there's just too many of them out here just running amok.
Well, as Cher said, I love men. I think men are the coolest.
They are the coolest.
But they're not really necessary to live. I'm like, that is just the flow. And yes, by the way, there are tons of great men out there. I particularly have just attracted all the small population of bad ones because that's all I like because my dad doesn't love me. So like, it was just this cyclical thing. So I am more so speaking to that population and I just no longer am allowing them to have access to me.
I'm trying to break a cycle, guys. Okay. Like, give me a break. So it's not about, being a man hater or anything like that. I'm trying to break a cycle. So let me do my fucking thing.
We support you. We're very proud of that. And also there's a lot of people listening that are in very happy relationships and marriages and like, we love you.
Congratulations.
Love that for
I'm
everyone.
trying to get on your fucking level. So like, I'm glad it worked out for you and you don't have to go through the hell that we're going through. Congrats. You don't know what it's like out here.
Well, all I know is that if the worst thing that ever happens to me for the rest of my life is that I don't find the love of my life, then like I've lived a really good life. I'd rather do that than have one more situationship. I'm literally done. It will never happen again.
The thing is, if I would rather do whatever I want whenever I want and hang out with people that I enjoy and we can travel, go see the world, just like fill my days with the things I love to do and enjoy so much, then put up with somebody's bullshit, someone who doesn't respect me, someone who wastes my time, someone who just looks at me like I'm some kind of convenient little like whatever the fuck. Like I'm not that to anyone. And I know that. So I will just keep having the best time ever. Well, no problem. I'm not trying to fill a position in my life. So you gotta plead your case to me if you want to roll with this.
Well, and again, I'm like not trying to be alarmist, but like the earth really is coming to an end. So I just don't care. I'm literally like, I'm spending every single second I have left here very happy, very fulfilled. And I'm just not letting, my biggest hurdle to that was me allowing people in my life that were causing me to feel that way. And it's just no longer a thing. And coincidentally, I'm sleeping for the first time in 10 years. What do we think?
We'll be like Grey Gardens if we have to. You and I.
Literally. But also there are worse things in the world. I just think.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying like at the end of the day, it's not like I'm going to be alone. I'm not alone.
No.
And you know what? I love fucking being alone anyway. So.
I mean, I've just lived alone for so long. I really treasure that too. So also in terms of someone coming in my life, like if you're also in my personal space and fucking with that chi, you have to be really special. So in the meantime, I am loving my life and rejecting any weird, scary man with a podcast out there or otherwise, those like what there's like a phrase for them. All those like try to make women feel bad about themselves. They like want us to be lonely and sad and miserable, but we're not.
Whenever I see that, I'm just like, ugh. Oh, like I'm just like, not for me.
No,
I'd rather eat a sleeping bag.
We're on
honestly.
sleeping bags now. We're
Yeah.
going through all the
Mattress. Full mattress. Queen size.
items. Okay. Agreed. I'll take that on with you.
You want to share the
Yeah, we can
mattress
go
with me?
halvesies.
I was about to say something and then I forgot.
Girl, I'm not an oracle.
I
I
know.
fucking wish I could remember that one specific podcast. They got kicked off of YouTube. That's like the kind of people I'm talking about. They're like so scary and so toxic, and they cater to like the incel crowd, and I don't know, it's really scary shit.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
It's like tough love or something.
I don't pay them any mind.
I'm just gonna Google right now toxic male podcast and see if the title of it comes up.
I don't know. It's the Andrew Tates of the world.
Yes, it's that.
And
It's
they're always the
Andrew
people want to
Tate's-
talk about like high value men and high value
Yes.
women. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, what do you know about any of that?
Yes, exactly. It's those kinds of people. Well, can we just move on to the basement?
Yeah.
Well, I have two today, and I have been chomping at the bit. Number one honestly relates pretty much to what we were just discussing. Harrison Butker.
Who's that?
Harrison fucking Buttlicker. Harrison Butker is the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he gave a commencement speech. And by the time people listen to this, like a little
I
bit
know
of time
who
will
you're
pass.
talking about. Okay, I saw this.
He is a radical religious person. He gave a commencement speech to a room full of people that had just graduated college. First of all, was going on, he's like, I'm speaking to the men right now. There's a war on masculinity. Like, he's gonna pop out with a podcast in 5 minutes. All this shit. And he's like, and now the women, you have been fed diabolical lies. Congratulations on this huge accomplishment, but I'm excited for you to reach your full vocation, which is to be a wife and a homemaker and a mother. My wife's life did not begin until we got married and we had children. Literally the most like disgusting shit you've ever heard, that to look at someone in the eyes that you're the commencement speech person and they just worked so hard to obtain this degree and be like, this was cute. But once you pop out a kid, that's when your life begins. First of all, in general, he's just disgusting. Basement, get in my basement. Here's my conspiracy theory. I think that his wife hates him and he read the speech to her and she was like, that's amazing. They're going to love it. I love that scenario. Let's just let that marinate for a second. How funny is that if she was like, no, she's like, this is how I win. This is how I take him out. Like, let him do the speech.
Oh, like in that way. I thought you meant just like, oh.
No, that she was just like, yeah, this is amazing.
Yeah, don't leave a single word out.
So anyway, I thought that was fucking insane. And basement. And does the college, are they not embarrassed? Oh my God. And then he goes, like my teammate's girlfriend says, and then quoted Taylor Swift. He called Taylor Swift my teammate's girlfriend.
And what'd he say?
I can't remember the lyric. I'm not a Swiftie, but regardless, any woman of that stature who's reached those heights of any career in any industry, to refer to take her name away and give her the title of girlfriend of. Isn't that psychotic and upsetting?
Who claims this man? I don't see like many women running around embarrassing our, species.
Do you know what he looked like?
What?
He looked exactly how you think he looked too, by the way. He just
a toe.
Yeah, with a beard. He looks like I'd be curious of his whereabouts on January 6th. 2021. That's how he fucking looked. The other basement is someone EDC is happening this weekend. So it will have happened by the time you guys listen. But someone put out an ad looking for a babysitter during the day because they were bringing their baby to an RV, but then said they wouldn't need a babysitter at night because the baby will be sleeping and they'll have a baby monitor so they can just come back if the baby wakes up. I also saw someone who put their baby on the floor at a Taylor Swift concert in Paris.
I saw that as well.
So in general, if you are a parent bringing your baby to a fucking festival, especially EDC or anything like that, leave your baby home. Also, if you have $300, like they're like pay $100 an hour, 3-hour minimum during the day, get a babysitter then and leave the baby at home. Disgusting. I hope that's like a hoax, but if it's not, basement.
What the hell?
As a former latchkey kid, I also just have like serious sensitivities to that.
Just maybe don't have a baby.
Also, you have an option not to have a baby. You can pause and think.
Perhaps you're not ready. I don't know. Like, I don't
Anyway,
I don't know.
Who's in your basement?
I haven't had time to think about.
Do you want to rip
basement.
Harrison in half and you can have half and I can have the other half?
Yeah, I would love
kick
to.
him. We can become kickers and kick him down the.
Yeah, I would love to take half of that Neanderthal and put him in the basement.
Okay, we'll share.
That's I caught a clip of that and I had to turn it off. I was like, I can't even listen to this.
We're tired.
I'm tired.
We're tired.
She's tired. It's been a week. I haven't eaten. Like, there's been so many things that have annoyed me, but that was the last thing I needed.
How's your spring cleaning going?
It's going really well, actually. I did my entire closet and I just finished doing my bedding, which I didn't realize I even needed to do, but lo and behold.
That is my favorite part. The best part is the bedding redo. Even when Laszlo doesn't make it all gross, just a nice fresh bedding is the best.
Yeah. And we both love Boll and Branch. There's nothing better than soft, breathable, all new bedding. Am I right?
Yeah, you are. My sister was just in town. My sister was like, I love these sheets. What are these? And I was like, that's Boll and Branch, babe.
Oof.
The night I changed my bedding to Boll and Branch, I really slept like a baby. You can feel the quality, and with each wash, which is the best part, I love when you wash them and they're immediately softer.
And you do a little leg kick.
They get softer and you get softer and softer, and it feels like I'm just sleeping in butter. I'm like, Boll and Branch should change to I can't believe it's not butter as a brand name.
Yeah, and especially after like all the traveling I was doing last month, I felt like I was gone most of the month. I missed my bed so freaking much, and I missed the Boll and Branch sheets, man, so much.
As one does.
I know. I got the juniper colored sheets, and I love the way they look in my room, and I just feel so happy when I get home. I Scrooge McDuck right into that bed.
You do Scrooge McDuck. And they just feel so luxurious too. Boll and Branch's signature sheets are the perfect way to start upgrading your sleep.
They're made with the finest 100% organic cotton and are completely free from toxins like synthetic pesticides, formaldehyde, and other gross, harsh chemicals.
Before making a purchase, I always read reviews. Duh, I spend a lot of time doing that. It's one of my hobbies, and they have over 11,000 5-star reviews. They also do a 30-night worry-free guarantee, and also like, how can you sleep if you're worried? So it just makes so much sense. You can wash, style, sleep in their sheets for an entire month. And if you don't love them, you can send them right back, which you won't be doing.
No way. And it's not just sheets. Boll and Branch also has the airiest blankets and most cloud-like duvets, fluffiest pillows, and so much more.
The list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
Boll and Branch's signature sheets come in 14 versatile colors and sizes, from twin up to California King.
Sleep better with the softest, most breathable bedding from Boll and Branch. Get 15% off your order when you use promo code disrespectfully at bollandbranch.com.
That's bollandbranch.com. Promo code disrespectfully. Exclusions apply. See site for details. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty bad at packing for trips. I always get anxious that I didn't bring enough, so I always end up bringing too much, and my suitcase will not zip. Then I need extra bags, and it just gets messy.
Yeah, and then obviously we're, going to do a little shopping on vacation, so it's even harder to pack on the way back.
But we have found the solution.
Yeah.
It's BEIS.
Love BEIS. And with BEIS, there's room for everything. 15 pairs of underwear for a weekend trip. Yeah.
That's us.
Yeah.
What am I preparing for?
Have you not brought enough underwear for a trip?
Never, because I bring 45 pairs.
Yeah, but it's no problem with BEIS. Deciding between a few pairs of shoes?
Bring them all.
Bring them all.
Not only do I have packing anxiety, but I have airport anxiety. I feel like I can never figure out where to put my ID, so it's not too difficult to reach, but also in a secure spot where it won't fall out.
When you travel with BEIS, your bag has the function and the fashion to keep you calm, carefree, and looking cute. There are compartments in the bag that make it so easy to organize your clothes, shoes, and extra items.
BEIS really has changed my life. Their weekender bag, I won't shut up about it. In real life. This isn't just because we're on the show. Like, I literally love them. The compartments are total lifesavers. I feel like I can fit everything I need in my BEIS bag. It's just so thoughtful. Like, so much thought and intention was planned into the design of them. I always worry about unpredictable weather on vacation, and now I can bring bathing suits and my sweaters.
BEIS was created by actress Shay Mitchell to make sleek and affordable bags, luggage, and accessories designed to help you travel effortlessly while still looking fashionable.
Side note, doesn't really matter, but Shay is also like so hot and cool, and I love her presence on TikTok. She's so funny.
Goals.
Love her. BEIS thought of everything you could ever want in a piece of luggage. 360-degree gliding wheels, a cushion handle, built-in weight indicator, washable bags for your dirty clothes, and all the interior pockets you need to keep organized.
Their luggage comes in multiple sizes and colors. And for shorter trips, the Weekender bag is super functional and even has a place to store your shoes separately, which I love so much. Like on the bottom, you just zip that compartment there. I put 3 pairs of shoes, these boots, a pair of heels, and a pair of sneakers in that bottom compartment. You wouldn't even think that you could fit that much in it, but you can.
Every piece is made to look better with miles, so you don't have to worry about it in cargo or overhead. And BEIS has what? 30,000 5-star reviews, which we know is so important to me.
Whether you're packing for a quick trip or looking to breeze through security line, BEIS has your personal items covered.
Go to BEIStravel.com/disrespectfully for 15% off your first purchase.
That's BEIS travel.com/disrespectfully.
Let's bring it up a notch. Should we do some hometown heroes?
Heuxmetown Heroes.
Hometown heroes.
Jamie says, hi there. I own a small bagel shop, and every Wednesday I listen to Disrespectfully while I roll hundreds of bagels.
Yeah, I'm so hungry.
One of my favorite carbs. This week's episode made me fucking gasp as I recalled a moment in my 20s where I went home with a guy I met at a bar. When we got back to his apartment, he whipped out, and to say I was shocked was an understatement. I had never seen a micro before. It was so fucking small. At first, I thought I was looking at an Audi belly button. I had never even heard of a micro penis. I didn't know what to do. So I just started to cry. Oh, no. I made up some story about how my grandma had just died, and I booked out of there. I'm not proud, but that's what happened. Honestly, my whole phase went on for many, many years to follow, and I never encountered another. Ever seen a micro penis?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Well, I've had one my whole life. Have you?
I mean, I don't think it was a micro, but it was.
We've talked about, look,
small.
you don't need to be Girthmaster. Even an average size penis is fine. Okay. That's great. We can all deal with that. But the micro that I encountered, first of all, he also couldn't get it up because I found out later he was addicted to porn. So it was the only time he could ejaculate. Was so tiny. And men are so delusional. He looked at me and he was like, I just know if I could get it up, I could make you come. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding you. Like thicker than my pinky. But like
could you put it in your fist?
No.
Oh,
hard? No. It wouldn't poke out the other side.
Also hard. No.
Hard, no. And also, like, so obviously I feel bad. It's not like they can help it. But yeah, I should have just cried. I like tried to smush it around and make it work. It didn't.
Smush it around.
Have you ever used it's just small?
It's just, yeah. I mean, it maybe yeah, it felt like a finger.
Which like that can be fun, but when it's an actual finger and it has different capabilities of movement. Like it's different when it's a penis. I'm sorry that happened, and I'm glad your grandma didn't die.
Oh no. Okay, go ahead.
Anonymous says, hi ladies, I'm such a big fan of you both. I have a story, and quite frankly, I may belong in the basement. Some may think I'm a hometown hero. Nonetheless, I've been encouraged to tell the story. 6 years ago, I was on a hookup and boozing weekend as a result of a horrible breakup. God, I've been on a hookup and boozing weekend for years. I was distraught and hung up on my ex, who was really belittling and shitty to me. So I thought a random hookup with shots with my friends would help. Night 1 ended with shower sex with a guy who immediately told me he loved me. It was a no for me. Night 2 had a cheeky little makeout with my coworker. Night 3, I had a relapse and hooked up with my ex drunkenly. The next morning, I was horrified with my choice of hookup with a man who has treated me so poorly. The morning after, my ex went into his washroom and was holding up Night 1 man's used condom. He laughed and said, wow, I was so drunk last night, I forgot to throw my rubber out. Needless to say, the visualization of my ex picking up another man's used condom was beyond healing. Stay safe out there and use protection.
That's funny.
That is funny. And you're absolutely a hometown hero. I'm obsessed with that.
Yeah, that is definition.
When we talk about closure, we're always like hoping to have a chat. Next time someone hurts my feelings, I want to see them holding the condom of another lover. Like that's goals. Like that's the closure I'm looking for. I hope you never spoke to him again also.
Yeah, I love that for you. Congratulations.
We're obsessed. Also, I feel like we keep forgetting to say this.
Oh yeah. For anyone that's a new listener, every week we read stories that listeners send in from their own, horrible dating stories or funny hookup stories, hometown heroes. That's what we just read off there.
So please send yours in also.
Submission. In the subject line, make sure you specify it's a hometown hero story. Give us as much detail as possible. Try to keep it as short as possible so it's not, a novella.
Also, I want stories about everything.
Everything.
I want to not even just dating, like any crazy story that you think is insane and that we would get a chuckle out of, or like our community, we're all sitting together listening.
Yeah, exactly.
WWDD.
WWDD. Caden says, hi ladies, I'm a huge fan of you both and I love the new pot. I'm in my late 20s and I'm starting to feel like I have no friends. Most women I used to be friends with go out to bars every weekend, and I feel like I've grown past that. I spend most Saturdays at home with my dogs, which I love most of the time, but I do feel lonely at times. Any tips on making new friends at this stage in life? I, at some degrees, resonate with that. I feel like after like getting divorced and kind of wanting to transition and into this like new chapter in life, I wanted to open up my social network a bit more, and I've made like a lot of like new friends and just kind of, and I don't think that needs to involve like going out and having like drinking buddies. I think it also involves like doing the things that you enjoy and meeting people that way. So again, if you enjoy going on runs or going to like do pottery classes, or I don't know, I think those kind of activities or hobbies that you might have is where you're going to find people who are interested in those type of things.
That's exactly what I was going to say. And also just keeping in mind that it is harder to make friends when you're old. It really is. So it's just as hard as dating, I would say, if not harder sometimes. But like, for instance, I do live ball, which is a type of tennis. And there's a girl that she doesn't even know yet. I'm scoping her because we like chat every time I'm there. And I think she's really sweet. And so it's like, when you put yourself in situations where you're doing the things that you want to be doing instead of things that don't fulfill you and you find draining, you'll probably end up meeting people through people. And like, that's a great way to network.
Yeah. And I think you have to just be a little bit more courageous and bold and just
hate to break it to you. Your new best friend isn't going to knock on your door and come up to you on the couch and be like, we should get to know each other. You're going to have to meet them somehow, and it's not going to be on your couch.
Yeah. And I think it could just be like, oh my God, like, would you ever want to like go like grab a lunch or go like, just look for like things that they mention in a casual conversation. Just be like, oh my God, I love that. Would you ever like want to go together sometime? And depending on rarely people are going to say like no, or I have enough friends. I mean, if you're like chatting and getting along, and it's I think, and all it takes is like one hang.
I mean, maybe you wouldn't be surprised by this, but people your age and like our age, there's a lot of people that feel that way. So it's also other people who are looking for you when you're looking for them, and you just don't know it.
Yeah.
So go find them. Brittany says, hi, girly pops. Love and adore you both and the pod. As a bisexual woman, I would love to hear more about your queer dating stories. How has your experience been overall dating women versus dating men? Have you ever really leaned into a queer dating scene in LA, WeHo? And if not, why do you think that is? As a bisexual woman that ended up marrying a man, the ultimate stereotype, to be honest, I love to hear about other queer people's journeys and paths. Big kisses right on the mouth to both of you. Britt, big kisses back, Britt. First of all, I love that you brought up that that's a stereotype, because as a queer person, you do not owe other people a queer facing relationship. And then it doesn't also diminish your queerness. So I really hate when that ends up being a trope. But for me, there is a difference between bisexual and biromantic. And I also think that kind of gets lost in the sauce. So it's like, if you're sexually attracted to your same gender and want to hook up with them you're probably bisexual, but biromantic is leaning more toward, I think, heading into, what I think like lesbians feel or gay people in terms of like wanting serious relationships. So I have never been in a serious relationship with a woman. I have dated women and certainly hooked up with women. It's also not to say that I haven't sought it out, but it definitely is something that has to, for me, happen more organically. And like, I'm actually, because I'm not dating right now, but I am going out with a lovely young lady tonight. And you introduced me to her. You know who it is.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that with no pressure beyond the fact that I just like her as a person, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's pretty much been it for me. I think that I have struggled as a bisexual woman in terms of, there's been a thing where for a long time I felt that like, if I'm not dating another woman, that I'm not like queer enough. And it's such fucking bullshit. And I have really let that go in the last few years. So I'm just who I am and really confident in my sexuality and who it is I want to date. And I could very much see myself being in a serious relationship with a woman. I just have not met the right one.
I mean, I think there's a lot of pressure sometimes to like define or identify or put a label on your sexuality. And I've never wanted to do that because it just doesn't feel like that to me. And obviously, like being married to a guy for a really long time, there was no pressure to do that. But since I've been like dating, but also like I'm not on dating apps, and I just tend to like meet people just being out, and obviously being also like attracted to women. So like if there's a lady that I meet, I'm like, oh, there's something interesting about this person. Maybe it would be going on a date or just like hooking up or something. But I'm just always down to meet people that in an organic way regardless. So
Yeah.
But again, I'm just like, dating is just so daunting and it feels like such like a task these days.
Yeah.
That unless it's going to be something serious and, I don't want to really date anyone.
No, I'm like not dating right now, so I'm very much making an exception for
Yeah.
her. And also, this is like casual, so we'll see. But in general, I know you just wanted to hear about our experiences, but I hope that you feel like your queerness is valid because it is. It doesn't matter that you're in a heterosexual relationship.
Yeah. Well,
No
I
one cares.
mean,
you are who you are, and it's amazing.
everything just feels like fail right now, period, regardless of like who it is. Anyways, Carly says, "Hey girlies, I love you both so much. Now we're getting into my breakup. My ex and I broke up right around Christmas. He broke up with me because he said he needed to be alone and work on his mental health. It crushed, but I wanted to support him the best way I can. He told me it wouldn't be forever because he was in love with me. We would see each other out at the bars and he would always tell me how much he missed me. He still loves me and wants to get back together, but it's not the right time right now. Stupidly, I believed him. A few weeks ago, I moved into my new apartment and I come to find out he has a new girlfriend. It absolutely broke me. And then I also found out that one of my best friends and him were basically talking shit about me. And she says she was hanging out with him at bars. His sister also unfollowed me on Instagram. He plays victim and blames everything on me. I'm only 22 years old and what the fuck is going on? Please help, besties." Well, he's trash.
He's garbage. Move on from him immediately.
He's just lying. Like he has no emotional intelligence or maturity. He cannot be honest. He wants to just like, it might be, he doesn't want to break your heart. No, he's just an asshole. He cannot tell the truth and he cannot be an adult. He's not mature. And yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And also keep saying that to yourself over and over. I'm only 22. You're right. You are.
Yes.
And that doesn't make it any less painful.
No,
it
no,
hurts just the same at any age. But like he's showing you who he is left, right, and center. If I had a nickel for every time someone in my 20s told me they just weren't ready for a relationship and then had a girlfriend a week later, I'd have like $5. But my point is like this is such a cliche quintessential pattern like of a man doing that. So yeah, my recommendation to you, block him on everything, be done speaking to him. And also your best friend is not going to be talking shit about you with your ex-boyfriend. So probably get rid of her also.
And this is a huge takeaway as well. And something you always need to remind yourself moving forward. Pay attention to the way people act, not the things they say. People pay lip service left, right, center. They will tell you that they love you. They'll tell you they want to get back together. But if they're not acting that way and they're doing other very trash things, believe those things, not the bullshit that they're serving you.
Right.
There you go.
Anonymous says, "Hi, Katie and Dana. My husband has an old coworker who has the same music taste as him. I'm shameless, top 40 R&B pop princess. He loves electric, trancey, trip hop music vibes. From what I can tell, the extent of their friendship is sending new music or playlists on Spotify to each other. That said, she's a woman and I've never met her before. I felt weird about their musical connection because I've started to feel like this can be a very intimate act. Sometimes he's listening to music, she sends him to sleep, or texts her after he listens to a new song he loved. Admittedly, I've peeped at his text and with her once, and she said things like, 'Thanks for being my music soulmate.' Or they've said, this one has sexy vibes. Other than that, most of the exchanges are about music. We've been together 12 years and married for 5. She recently separated from her husband after 3 years of marriage, I believe. She's tried to get really deep about her marital problems and spill her husband's personal issues with my husband via text, unsolicited, to which I vocalize feeling weird about because I feel like you should not have deep, intimate knowledge or conversations like these with any other woman outside of your wife, especially if your wife does not know them. She was recently in town and all of his other coworkers met up with her, but he chose not to, and I think it was out of respect for me. He still maintains the friendship. What do you guys think? Would you be concerned, or is it possible that the music sharing part of their friendship is a straight up platonic way people can interact? Thanks. Yes, love the pod. Y'all are badasses."
I think it can absolutely be a platonic thing. You can just vibe with people and have that in common, and it does not need to reach beyond that. And on his end, it may just be that, for sure. But there's people that take advantage of that and use that as a way to grow close with somebody. And if she starts to share problems and lean on this person and want to they become like a safe place for this person, use your woman's intuition. If it stinks, probably is because it stinks, you know? Like,
If it walks like a duck and it talks like a duck and it
Yeah.
sounds like a duck, it's probably a duck.
yeah, there's people that I 100% share music with, and I'm also not like vibing with them on that level at all. And then there's other people that I have musical tastes like that, and I also have had other relationships. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, so for me,
yeah, it's a gateway.
it's a gateway for me. That is an extremely intimate thing.
It
We've
is-
talked about it.
No, that's what I mean.
can-
It can be.
It can
It
be.
can just also be like, hey, when you know someone has same taste in you, just be like, oh my God, this song's dope. But it's 100% a very intimate thing. If it's like someone's making playlists, someone's telling you a song that has sexy vibes, ma'am.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that can be platonic, but all the other things you're describing in this situation don't read platonic to me. Like,
no.
especially if they're saying that's a sexy vibe. Thanks for being my music soulmate. That is super inappropriate. If for you're married and someone saying that to your husband is
Mhm.
really crazy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It sounds like this woman is looking for something else.
And I think sometimes men can be stupid and not read certain things as like, you know, someone trying to, what's the word? Like, they're not someone's advances, you know, and it's like, hello, wake up, my guy. Like, obviously this woman wants more than just song recommendations from you. This is like textbook. So, you know,
Wait, are you talking about like toxic incompetence or whatever?
yeah, weaponized incompetence.
Weaponized
Yeah, where
incompetence,
it's just
yeah.
like you like again, like it started off platonic, like, oh my God, you like this band? Oh my God, I'll send you. But now it's like turned into something, because when you start messaging with someone like that, it creates this like false intimacy. It creates like this state of limerence. It's like on one end of the other, you know, or the other. But again, use your women's intuition.
Yeah, that's all we can leave you with, I would say, is you're not alone. You're not crazy and thinking it's weird. It seems a little weird, and use your intuition. Just like our Heuxmetown Heroes, for anyone that's new, please send in anything you need advice on. You want a sounding board, whatever. Put WWDD in the subject line and keep writing these in. Keep them as short as you can. We love to hear it. Disrespectfullypod@gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, congratulations. Let's go eat a sandwich at something
Yeah,
about her.
let's go get a sandwich.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you, bye.
Babe, you're gonna see the power of women. Like, disrespectfully.